Hello there. Almost every day in the business pages of newspapers, you read about something called business analytics. There are hardly any business leaders in the world who have not heard of this powerful, magical new science. But for a beginner trying to dabble in this world, it could get confusing. Join me as we explore this exciting new science of business analytics to make it less confusing. I am Soumyadeep Pal, and in this unit, I will introduce you to business analytics. Business analytics and the science of generating business insights out of data is one of the hottest areas in business right now. It is also a domain that is extremely short on trained manpower. To put things in perspective, according to McKinsey Global Institute, by 2018, there is going to be a shortage of 1.5 million analysts and managers trained in making data-driven decisions. Evidently, knowledge of business analytics would make for a promising career. At the end of this video, you'll be able to describe business analytics, describe the evolution of analytics beginning with scientific management to its present form today. You'll be able to understand the difference between analytics and analysis, as well as the concept of insights. You'll be able to describe the broad types of business analytics. So what really is business analytics? Very simply put, it is a science by which businesses use data, lots and lots of it, to drive decisions that impact their performance. Business analytics provides the decision makers valuable insights into their business processes. And if these insights are acted upon well, the company can enjoy optimized business processes and fast and reliable decision making. The primary goal of analytics, therefore, is to make recommendations to solve business problems. Many companies have used analytics for better performance. Ford Motors often credits their turnaround to a strong business analytics practice. Data giants such as Google have, of course, made analytics the cornerstone of their success. Essentially, business analytics can be thought of as a way to approach the business decision-making process scientifically using a systematic approach. Now, though business analytics is a sophisticated new science, a scientific approach to management isn't something very new. Let's take a look at evolution of business analytics, starting with simple scientific management earlier to today's sophisticated data churning processes. As early as during the 1890s, Frederick Winslow Taylor studied industrial management by collecting data on various activities and then analyzing them to make those activities more efficient. His studies culminated in his book, The Principles of Scientific Management. Business intelligence as we know today was first demonstrated in 1951 by J. Lyons & Co., tea shops in London. They used many vacuum tube computers to estimate how many cakes and sandwiches they needed to make on any given day based on previous sales history. Of course, since then we have come a long way. The amount of data available to businesses today has exploded to mind-boggling levels. There is also tremendous computing power available rather inexpensively that could be harnessed to churn all that data. Managers need to make decisions, and they need to make them fast and with reasonable amount of accuracy. And that is where they can leverage their data using business analytics to help them. Analytics expert Tom Davenport said that the first phase of analytics, which he called Analytics 1.0, continued from the early 1950s till about 2010. This phase was characterized by small volumes of mostly structured data. Analytics was not a core component of the organization's strategy in this stage and was limited to mostly describing what had already happened in the business in the past. The sudden explosion of a huge volume and variety of data led analytics into the second phase, Analytics 2.0, since 2010. With the growth of data, it began to be more unstructured, and therefore the analytical capabilities had to change. organizations began to place much greater importance on business analytics as they began to see the value that they could derive from it. Davenport has also predicted an analytics 3.0 stage, which will be marked by very sophisticated business analytics technology that will help the organization to weave analytics into every part of the business strategy. At this stage, analytics will form the core of the entire business strategy of the organization. Now, before we go further into this world of business analytics, we should take a moment to understand the difference between analytics and analysis. How do you think the two are related? Which is a larger umbrella? Let us think of a situation. A company has a complex business problem at hand that it plans to solve using data. In other words, the company wants to solve the problem analytically. In order to solve the problem, it needs to be broken down into smaller questions that can then be answered individually using data. It is possible that the smaller questions pertain to different departments altogether. Each question can be answered by analyzing small chunks of data. These individual processes are called analysis. Collating the answers to various smaller questions could solve the original business problem. So, overall, how did the company solve the business problem that it began with? It did that analytically. And what did the analytical path to solve the problem involve? It involved breaking the problem down into smaller questions and answering each smaller question through analysis. So, we can say that analytics is the broader discipline and analysis forms the base. When we began with the definition of analytics, we said that business analytics provides decision makers valuable insights. What then is an insight? Simply put, an insight is a deeper knowledge about something. Now imagine this, you have a pile of jigsaw pieces with you. Does it give you a complete picture yet? Of course it doesn't. Yet, you know that there is a picture hidden in it. That is how raw data is. You know that there is a picture hidden in it, yet you cannot see it right away. Now, as you arrange the jigsaw pieces, a distinct picture begins to emerge. Similarly, as you churn the raw data, you begin to see patterns emerge out of it. The complete picture that was hidden in the data is now before you. And you look at it and go, aha, so this is what the data was trying to tell me. That is an insight, the hidden story or the picture in piles of data. We will now discuss the broad types of business analytics. Now, business analytics can be used to answer the question, what has happened within my business? To answer that, a manager can leverage analytics to look at past data, churn it, and come up with meaningful patterns and insights, and create reports that present a picture of what has happened in the business. Since this describes what has already happened in the past, we call it descriptive analytics. The next type, predictive analytics, answers the question, what is likely to happen in my business in the future? This type, therefore, seeks to predict the unknown. Later in this course, in subsequent modules, we shall learn to use forecasting techniques to predict variables in the future. A business leader is also interested in making the best decisions for his business in a given situation. What he needs from analytics, therefore, is a prescription of what to do, not very different from what a doctor provides a patient to recover. This kind of analytics is called prescriptive analytics. It answers the question, so what should I do for my business right now? Let us pause here and try to answer a quick question. A marketing manager has noticed that the company's sales volume rises or falls depending on the amount of advertising money that they spend. For the next year, the manager has planned to spend a certain amount on advertising. What kind of analytics will help him to estimate the amount of sales that the company can expect for the planned level of advertising? The answer is that the marketing manager can estimate the amount of sales expected for the planned level of advertising by using predictive analytics. That was easy, wasn't it? Let us try another question. A company has been losing market share steadily over the last 1 year. This year, they plan to try a few different marketing strategies to boost their fortunes. For example, they plan to increase their sales force strength to better distribute their products. The company has experimented with various sales force strengths previously and has monitored the impact on sales. The company also knows that if it increases the sales force strength, its main competitor will respond by increasing their sales force strength as well. So what type of analytics can the company use in order to chart its future course of action? A, should it be descriptive analytics, or B, predictive analytics, or C, prescriptive analytics? The answer is that the company can chart its future course of action using prescriptive analytics because it answers the question, what should I do for my business right now? Now let us quickly revisit the key points that we've discussed in this video. Business analytics is a science in which businesses use data to drive decisions that impact their performance. Over the decades, analytics has evolved and is now capable of answering increasingly complex questions. And from now and into the future, analytics is going to get even more sophisticated with still larger data sets. The primary goal of analytics is to make recommendations to solve business problems. The three types of analytics: descriptive analytics describes what has already happened to the business in the past. Predictive analytics predicts what is likely to happen to the business in the future. Prescriptive analytics suggests what should be done for the business right now. And now that you understand the basic concepts of business analytics and what it can do, in the next video, I shall talk to you about the importance of data in making good business decisions. Thank you.